Little girls have always been told to be pretty. Little girls have always been told to be princesses. Little girls are seldom told to be inventors, builders, or thinkers, when, at an early age, girls are shown to be smarter than boys. Why aren't girls encouraged to go into fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? Women have been creating, building, and inventing for years. Mechanized dishwasher, made by a woman. Computer programming, created by a woman. The life raft, invented by a woman. Girls today can be the pioneers of tomorrow. What is STEM?
Fundamentally, my work has to do with mysteries. It's the mystery of how life originated. It's the mystery of how life works. For me, in my particular field, it's the mystery of how cancer cells work. How do they grow and reproduce? What makes them cancer? Why do they like to grow so much? Cancer is basically mainly a cell that has, gone wrong, gone crazy. And what are the causes of this craziness? And if we were to find out what in the world is causing these problems, not only do we derive some intellectual satisfaction, it's exciting to know, but we might be able to make a real difference in this world today in terms of cancer.
A career in technology is not a straight line. It can take you so many places, and you can use what you learn in the basics of technology or coding or programming it and apply it to so many different careers. One of the really cool things about technology is it can do just about anything. So, if you want to save the environment, there is technology solutions for that around smart power and smart grids and smart cities. If you want to work with animals, we're working with non-profits who use technology to track animals and map breeding programs. If you want to work on health, we have researchers that Microsoft has worked with that are trying to map the DNA structure, looking at how they can cure HIV/AIDS. It's just really, technology touches people's lives in so many places.
Now, some people think that engineering is a desk-bound job. Engineering, we have so many disciplines. Now, we have civil engineering, we have chemical engineering, we have mechanical, we have electronics. Now, for example, chemical engineering. If you look at the makeup on my face, this is a job of a chemical engineer. Now, if you look at, for example, a civil engineer is not just building buildings alone. A civil engineer can actually go offshore, deep sea drilling, where we can actually look at how oil are being harvested. We can even look at how minerals are being harvested from the seabed. And that is an exciting career. It's not just sitting on the table behind a computer. And then there's another aspect that I work on, which is my research, is the development of assistive technology devices. And that is even more satisfying because we could develop prototypes that could help the physically challenged. So for example, one of the inventions I have, we could allow someone who is paralyzed from neck down to be able to operate a computer, to be able to switch on the fan without any caregiver's help. And when we see our prototype being applied and able to help somebody, that is a very satisfying experience because you know you have helped somebody.
Ever since I was a young girl, I always enjoyed mathematics. As a young girl, I did not know what mathematics could lead me to, but I always enjoyed solving mathematical puzzles or solving mathematical problems because to me it involves a lot of logical derivation of things, finding solutions in a very logical mind. It was only until I entered university where I realized that actually mathematics has a lot of applications, one of which is cryptography, which is the area that I'm working in currently. So basically, cryptography is an area which transforms messages into gibberish whereby nobody can understand or read except for the intended recipients. So its applications are quite numerous. So one important example is in e-transactions or internet banking, where we have to key in our personal passwords or PIN numbers. So you will not like such personal information to be stolen. I mean, even if they are stolen, the passwords will not be able to be retrieved because they'll be encrypted. Yeah. So behind such schemes lies a lot of mathematical theory, and I'm dealing with research in this area.
In engineering and technologies, there are few female. I think the reason is because there's a misconception. The misconception that engineering and technologies are tough jobs, that they are actually more suited for male. In my view, this is a misconception because the era where you need physical power to do an engineering job is long gone. What happened now is in this modern era, you don't need physical power to do an engineering job. So both male and female can do the same engineering job as easily as anyone, and they are equally competent.
I mean, the main problem seems to be a stereotype that guys are better at mathematics than girls. But then, to me, as in, it's pretty gender unbiased, as in it doesn't really require much strength. It just requires that you enjoy working in a logical manner to understand the concepts.
Science needs women. Women make up 50% of the world. This cannot be ignored. You'll get so much better innovations if we just embrace everyone's skills and strengths. And so I'm really happy to be a woman in science.
If people start to think about technology as an enabler as well as a career by itself, I think that'll change the perception for women. Women often also bring a different set of skills, and some of the really successful groups, young startup companies that I've seen are ones that have a mixture of men and women working together, and they just bring such a different perspective to it. So overcoming sometimes you're going to be the only woman in the room as we're pioneering down this path, and getting women to realise that even if you are the only woman in the room, you're a valuable member of that team and you can contribute just as much to technology as any of the men that are working in it.
From liquid paper to bulletproof vests, women have been doing their part as pioneers to make the world a better place. STEM sectors aren't a boys' club. Girls can build the future too.
The sky is the limit. Engineering is an intellectually challenging career. It's no longer a physically demanding career. And there are lots of exciting opportunities in engineering that you can explore. And you can achieve a lot in engineering. So do choose engineering.
I grew up in an environment believing that the only career options for a visually impaired person are being a telephone operator, a busker, or a masseur. And the sciences are out of bounds for visually impaired girls. Yeah, but I chose not to believe in this stereotype and follow my own passion and pursued mathematics all the way to PhD level. And I'm grateful that I'm currently working as a research scientist in this area which I personally enjoy. And on top of that, I'm able to pass down my own knowledge by mentoring younger students. So I do believe that all of you will be able to pursue your own passion and interest as well.
Science needs women. We need to embrace all ideas, no matter whether they come from a man or woman or whatever. You are a unique individual and you'll definitely have contributions that you can make of your own. And that's why I am happy to be a woman in science. And I hope that in the future, you too will be happy as a woman in science.
If you want to do something that could actually change the world, if you want to create something yourself, technology is absolutely the career for you. I wish when I was young that somebody had have sat me down and explained to me how much fun I would have in technology and how many opportunities there are. There's literally no end to the type of jobs that you could get. With technology, you can do anything and you're only limited by your imagination.